Beautiful people. Beautiful people. Beautiful.
Hello, you're watching the Beautiful People podcast, and today we are having a beautiful lady, business lady, Alina Mukhopadhyay. She is recognized in 3 spheres: IT consulting, real estate, and insurance services. Alina came to the United States from Ukraine as a child, and she always dreamed about helping other people and being a successful business lady. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yes.
Can you share a little bit about your story and why did you decide to become a businesswoman?
Very good. Well, I came to United States in 1997. I was about 12 years old at the time. We migrated, had to go through all the steps from, starting from scratch, living with my parents, watching what struggles they go through, and then understanding that, that is not the life I want to live, but I understand that my parents have sacrificed everything to give me a chance, an opportunity to do better and to really have a better life at the end of the day.
Was there any specific experience that sparkled your journey?
Experience in a good way or bad way? Because there's a lot of journey.
Yeah, I know a little bit about you, and I know that sometimes bad stories, bad situations, they motivate us even more than the good ones.
Totally true. So in my life, definitely, I say there has been multiple years back to back of just life being okay. And then it did get to a point where couple of things happened where they really make you feel like this is enough. So I did reach, again, there could be a lot of detail, I'm trying to be summarized about it, but there has definitely been multiple scenarios where I just said, you know what, I am disgusted of this. I am not okay with this. And I am one of those people that a bad situation will motivate me much more to actually break through and make a difference and actually do something about it and not agree with that life that I had.
Today we are talking about beauty and success, and you've been speaking at one of the latest meetups called Live Beautifully, and you've shared an amazing experience of creating a vision board.
Yes, absolutely. So as I'm going through the journey of life and really look back, I started thinking, what's helping me? What can I help others to achieve the similar success or better? Please do better. And I realized that I always set goals. I set them monthly, weekly, yearly. There's a variety of goals, and it's basically your vision board. And sometimes it's a written goals, sometimes it's an actual images, and they've really helped me to be accountable, be respectful to my time, and really get the most out of the day. And I'm really amazed that other people, we all have the same amount of time to spend during 24 hours. Some people can achieve a lot and some achieve almost nothing. So I was really always trying to figure out how fast can I reach my goals and just create new vision board. And ultimately, of course, God has been a major, and we know everything ends up, God's blessing is there. But vision board is really attached to, if you wish it, if you ask for things, it will be given to you. So everything is tied up. And I do find it that if people spend more time on planning and believing in themselves and setting up goals, you're still going to accomplish what you would accomplish. You can just do it twice as faster. It just focus. It gives you focus. The same thing as, let's say, if I have friends coming over and you just called me and you're like, I'll be there in 2 hours. I'm going to clean that house probably in like half an hour. It's not going to be ideal, but I'm going to clean it really fast. Versus if you tell me, hey, I'm coming on the 15th and I have 2 months or 2 weeks to get it done, I'm still going to do maybe a better job, but vision board to me it's that 30 minutes, like you can do this fast. And again, time is so valuable and precious, and I just really found that a big help for me personally to help me stay focused.
How do you stay motivated to turn those visions into the practical things, into reality? And we actually have some of your vision board here.
My vision board, it's private, no zooming in.
Okay. So this is
I
for
will
this year.
reveal my vision board at the end of the year, because a lot of times people feel like, well, you have everything, you don't need a vision board. I just want what you have. Well, guess what? I'm right with you. I have my own vision board for this year, and I've really put down some scary things. So no matter what level which person is, you should still not, I mean, again, my idea is don't settle. Just because I'm comfortable, just because I'm happy where I am, it's a choice. It's a choice not to settle. And my idea is I definitely want to challenge myself and people around me to see what can we do best. What is our maximum? What is the maximum we can achieve, and why not? So again, if we can, it's a choice. For me, it is a choice. And I think it's a great way to impact others.
Can you remember yourself like 10, like 15 years ago, and your vision board, your first vision board, and like how your life looks like now? So what have changed?
It is 100% difference. The person that I was about 13 years ago is when I started doing or learning, is when I learned about a vision board. I had a great friend of mine, his name was Jerry, and he noticed how at the time I really didn't know, I knew that number one, I don't have certain things. I wasn't born in a wealthy family. I don't have those bachelor's degrees that I would dream of. So partially, you start to believe that, you know what, maybe I'm never gonna have this wonderful life, for me and my family and my friends, and maybe I will be living limited. But then I still didn't want to give up. And I said, I'm going to keep trying. Hold on. Maybe there's a way. There is a way. So for time, I thought that doing multi-level marketing, everything to do with the pyramid, maybe because that's where they were selling the dream, basically. That, you know what? You do this, you sell this, you offer this service, and you're going to be a millionaire or multi-millionaire, and you're going to make an impact at people together with making money. Oh, I loved that. It was wonderful. But after trying so bloody hard, I want to say, you realize that, you know what? It's much harder than what the picture demonstrates to you. When I learned that, my friend Jerry introduced me to the movie The Secret. That's kind of how it started. That was my first drop of knowledge, where I started reading and understanding that your attitude, your thinking, there's just so much to do with how to transform yourself to grow and to invest into knowledge, to become more knowledgeable. You really can do it, and you don't, so there's other ways. And that's how I started implementing everything I would self-learn. YouTube University, I call it. Oh, love YouTube. Amazing. It's wonderful. And I was able to catch up aggressively and just keep learning, practicing, failing, and then we're here.
Yeah, but it's amazing that you never stopped dreaming, and you're still
it's
have a vision board. So
well,
how does this work?
Well, how it works, I have at least 4 other vision boards. This one is my personal one. I have another one for the other businesses, because it's not fair. I just want, each business has its own focus, and there's certain realistic goals that I set for each business. This one is just for me, who I want to be as a person, as a mother, as a woman, as a wife, just me on my spiritual side. And then we have the professional vision boards too. I think it's fun. It doesn't hurt to do it. And every time I reach a goal, I just put a new one. It keeps moving, just layers. We don't stop.
Alina, how do you actually balance your professional life and your personal well-being?
Well, it's a daily work of art. It's an everyday effort to continuously improve. Word balance to me is not just 50% here and 50% here. I believe that balance should be different for everybody depending what they're going through in life. You know, if you're growing a family, then a balance for you at that time will be maybe 60% family and maybe 40% career. But let's say if you're in a business fair, like let's say I'm already done with my children, they're already grown up, they're independent, I can commit more to business or just doing my own wishes, my own hobbies. So for me, my balance is different right now. I can definitely commit more time to help others, help the community, oh my goodness, so much to learn. I just need more time for that. So yeah, the balance is always difficult. Every day I wake up and I think, I always try to make sure I don't neglect the family. I don't neglect my husband, that the children got enough of me, that they, you know, so yeah, it's something you have to keep trying. And it's interesting that I do it so, I do it so often and I still keep needing to keep doing it. It's not something you just did one time and that's it. No, I'm a strong believer that you should never focus so much on your certain goal and forget about what's very important for you, which can be family or your spouse or your own body, because it's so important. So the balance for me is to definitely make sure that you're doing a healthy style as much as you can, that your children had enough of your, whatever it is that you can do with them, another story, and of course work. So yeah.
You mentioned that God plays an important role in your life. So what does it mean for you to be a believer, to be a Christian? Is it just going to church once a week or just praying every day? So what is this for you?
Well, very spicy topic. Let me try to be short, but for me, I know that I'm not a perfect person. And there's some thoughts in my mind that, you know what, just go ahead and work on being more perfect. You're not ready. You're not good enough. Just hold on. Not yet, not yet. This needs to happen in life before you can do something better. And I said, you know what, God, you just go ahead and lead me, as imperfect as I am. I will continuously work on being a better person, work on my better spiritual relationship. But I acknowledged that I'm not perfect. I acknowledge that I have flaws. And you know what I'm learning? God is blessing me it's just blessing me. And it's almost like a way of my communication that I'm probably doing the right thing. That like we're okay with that.
So you can feel
yes.
God in every day of your life, and this is something personal to you.
Yeah, so I do pray. Sometimes with my schedule, attending certain, churches or events are maybe more difficult, but it's really more on the daily one-on-one relationship that you have with yourself and spiritually. It is becoming even more important lately than ever to be prioritizing with spirituality, because at the end of the day, you still know that, hey, you want to be more ready, you want to be more perfect. We definitely, I do more of a lot of alone prayers, and definitely love to attend church when I can.
And how does your faith impact your business? Because I know very often people say it's not possible to be a successful businessman or a businesswoman and still, follow all the Christian values or like principles of your life.
Absolutely. Great question. I had more than one person ask me that, but you know what? I think it's how they believe. They do say, you know what, you cannot just be wealthy, you'll be corrupt, or, you just have to serve God all day and then there's no time for me to do business and things like that.
No time for money.
Or
Christians cannot be
there's just
rich.
no more. Well, you know what? I strongly believe that it's how you, like, if you told yourself that is the case, It will be the case in your life. But for me, it's clearly not the case. You kind of create your own reality. And I, matter of fact, want to demonstrate that you can be wealthy, you can be happy, you can be healthy, you can be young, you can be beautiful, you can love God all at once. And that is clearly, I do not see any problem with that. Or, again, what I do see a lot of people when they do become wealthy, what they start doing is they start forgetting about God because maybe their life is too good and they just don't have too many issues to rely on. And apparently money can change certain people. But I'm very, very careful about that. And I always want to make sure that money doesn't change me. Money is still who I am. Money is one of those wonderful things we all need to have endlessly, abundantly. This shouldn't change. If it's going to change me, it's going to make me a better person. I can donate more. I can buy more. I can have more fun with it. So again, money is not evil. It is wonderful. Matter of fact, if more people would be wealthy and religious at the same time, I think the world would be a better place.
That's really interesting. I'm glad you can inspire other people, because many of us have a little bit different understanding of money and success. And actually, what is a success for you? How do you define it, both in business and personal life?
Yeah. Again, for me, success is just personally to know that I'm doing my very best. If I know I did my best, I can just be happy that, listen, with everything I have, just my situation in life, I just want to know that I've done my best, period. And that means I am going to balance out to be, I'll put on a wife hat. I'll think through just completely what the situation is. How am I doing as a wife? How am I doing as a mom? How am I doing in business? How am I personally taking care of myself? So again, to me, success is just to know that I have no regrets of ever thinking, oh, I could have, would have, should have. That's not it. And this is what keeps me moving, because I said, if I can, I'm going to continuously do things.
And what about businesses? We mentioned you're successful in real estate. This is actually how everything started.
Yes.
Then IT consulting,
Yes.
then insurance services, and especially your baby, My Insurance Services.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you feel success in all those spheres? Yeah, nonprofit Sprout, something new. We will hear more about it very soon.
Yeah, so with that, I had a wish on my vision board 13 years ago. I was driving in the car on PFE Road, bright and early, going to that job, and I was not in a happy place. But I was driving that road every morning, and I kept wishing. Why? Because I believed what they said. I simply did, because I had nothing to lose. Like, when you have nothing to lose, you're just going to just try it. You have nothing to lose. It doesn't hurt. So they said, listen, you can wish these things and they're going to come true. So what did I wish? I was driving and I said, I wish for multiple income streams to flow into my life, nice and easy, and they're just coming, and I'm collecting them. I'm collecting them. And at the time, I barely had one job. There was no business adventure. There was really nothing even hinting me that something's gonna happen. It was completely faith and just believe that this will happen. Next thing you know, real estate is picking up, going really well for me. I'm being, top agent, years agent. Next thing you know, there's all these opportunities starting. And now that I look back, I go, this is it. It's flowing. I like it. So it's still on my wish list. I'm gonna keep that on my board all the time.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And as we are in the Beautiful People podcast, I can see you're really a beautiful person outside and inside, and you can inspire others. So what is beauty? What is real beauty for you, and who are beautiful people for you? And is it hard for you to keep this inner beauty?
Again, it's a balance. I have multiple talks with myself when I have to go do the nails, and they're 2 hours, okay? Hour and a half, and I just fight with myself. I usually listen to podcasts. I mean, I'll usually do something to justify for the downtime because it's unfortunately a standard to, again, it's a lot about a standard. I think if you tell yourself that my standard is I'm going to be this big, this wide, I'm going to accept certain things about your image, you're going to have that. But for me, it is a wish on my vision board in my brain. It's just a wish to be as well, to look your best as possible and to avoid excuses. So I always try. It's not easy. But it is important to me. I always wish to be, as beautiful as possible, as young as possible, and really achieve whatever you can. So it's not easy.
Beautiful people.
Now we keep talking at the kitchen table, keep drinking our tea, and learning more about Alina as a successful businesswoman. Also, you're a wife, you're a mother. Please share a little bit about how many kids you have and where did you find time for your husband, for all of your kids?
Yes, well, we're a blended family. We have 4 children together. There's the oldest child, she's 24. Then there's a boy, he's about 17 and a half. Then there's a girl, she's about 14 and a half. And then as smallest baby of the house, he just turned 8 years old. Luckily, they're all very different ages, and each one of them need different things, but we're finding it easier that way, or we found a way to make it work. I do have a lot of help on every day, so there's definitely a lot of logistic help. There's family, there's mom, there's dad. There's, of course, a person like nanny who's helping with driving and making sure they attend all their events. And then there's me and there's my husband. So I usually schedule things with them. They're very familiar with that and they love it because when we schedule time, they call it mommy time. Although they're already grown up, they still call it mommy time because they know that it's not just me with just all the kids. We do one-on-one and we really do whatever they like to do. So they got used to this pattern and it's working out great. And they wait for, it's like a date. Think of it as a date. And then I do schedule, I cannot drop them to school and pick them up all the time, but at least I'll say, look, this Friday, I'm your ride. They're excited. So again, I do my very best to spend more of quality time with them. That's how it's going well.
That's amazing. And what about your husband? How does he support you in your business roles? Because you're managing so many teams, so many different companies. You have so many different appointments. And does he ever feel jealous?
Well, he's not a jealous too much of a person because I don't do anything to get more the jealousy part out. But he is kind of gonna say, hey, are you healthy? Are you taking care of yourself? So he just wants to make sure that I'm always taking care of myself and that my health and family's priority, and then everything else is that extra.
Alina, where do you find time to get some rest? How do you manage to find the time for yourself? And where do you usually go? How do you like to rest?
Okay, very good question. So for me, rest is really spending alone time because that's the only time I can really just really peace, silence, and it's just me, myself, and I. I love mornings because in the mornings most people are sleeping, and if I just do half an hour of just spending it in gratitude, it really just refills me. I can just sit there and just pray, hey, dear God, I'm so grateful for this. And then I just think about, I re-outline myself. So it's really, really, I love to listen to music. I'll just listen to music while I'm driving. And I really block time. If I don't block time, somebody else will get in the schedule and come up with some other priority. So I tend to block time. I do consider going to the gym as my personal time. So because it is, I really feel like it's something mine. I did it. That's definitely one of it. But yeah, I think just carving out time.
Alina, do you like to go shopping? And what's your favorite store?
Great question. So I am jealous of all the other women that are at the stores all day long. I do not have the time luxury. Even for shopping, I have like my nanny or housekeeper, they're gonna go buy the groceries, or we order, like even groceries we order online a lot of the time, so they just deliver it. It really takes away the satisfaction of me going in there, but I really do not have the time luxury to go and browse through the store. So my personal shopping, I usually shop when I travel out of town, because I will have more downtime between the meetings. And oh my goodness, I go in there. My husband is super patient. He always brings a snack bar, because he knows he can go hungry that time. Because, you know, if I'm shopping, we're carrying things out. I have a large luggage. So most of my shopping, of course, Dubai, if like a store, just Dubai, it has endless amount of things. And I'll ship things in the box. I mean, I'll take it like a hamster. So I do like these spurs of shopping, and very occasionally I'll go locally. Locally only like 1 or 2 items, something missing, but most of the time is out of town, out of country.
Once we've been talking about style, and you mentioned you have a personal stylist. Yes. Who helps you dress up nicely. And so, like, how do you buy clothes for yourself? Okay. Or she buys it?
Well, today she ordered me at least like 4 different nice shirts. She's like, do you like that? I go, oh, I love that. So we have to take a chance. Sometimes things will fit, sometimes they don't fit. I am not good at styling or matching things. I am not good whatsoever, and it does take a lot of time for me to figure out my outfits. So she'll actually set up multiple outfits for at least a week, so I can just come in, take it and go. It's a big time saving for me, because all of a sudden it takes me no time. Everything from bag to purse or jewelry, I just put it on. I'll take it in my closet. It's ready. I can show you. Nice. All day. Okay. So that's that, and then and then she's really, really helpful, because, you know, she's younger, she's awesome. I just say, are you sure I wear this? She goes, yeah. I go, okay, fine. And then again, I'm always running. I'm on the rush. I have no time to double, triple question her. So far, everything that she'd helped me, I'm getting good feedback.
What about hairstyle?
Even today, like, I wouldn't wear this today, and she's like, oh, you need to do this shirt. Sounds good, let's go. Hair,
what about hairstyle and the makeup and everything?
If I look great, she did that. On the days that you don't recognize me, I do that job. So she's very helpful, and I'm grateful, and she's so passionate about it. She's just like going at it. But it's really helpful, because if I'm on a calls, I'm getting ready, I'm on a phone call, I forget what she did. I just wake up and I'm ready.
So Alina, would you prefer to do things on your own, or you're like a team player?
Well, it really depends what I'm trying to accomplish. If you're gonna go far, you need a team. If you're gonna need to go fast, I do it by myself. So it really depends what I'm working on and what the project is, but it's both. It just depends what I'm trying to accomplish.
I noticed that here in Sacramento, people like driving fast, they like cool cars. What about you as a driver? Are you like gentle driver, or you like driving fast? Like, what's your behavior? How would you describe yourself behind the wheel?
Well, I'm a safe driver. However, I love vehicles. I love a car. A house and a car, these are basics. So I definitely love a good car. I will do a lot needed in life to make sure I can have the car I want. I'm very picky with my cars. I prefer for daily driving an SUV, because I feel safer in it, as in, you know, just for safety purposes. They do need to be a very strong, luxurious vehicle, but it definitely gonna need to be 4-door. If I'm having a weekend, then I definitely like to have a 2-door, no mama car, not a 6-seater. It's gonna be just a 2-seater sports car for the weekend, or if I'm going to work by myself.
So you like driving fast sometimes?
Well, I just like to be on a very fast car, but I still drive very safe, and I just like to know that it's powerful. I feel great in it.
As I understand, you don't have really much time for cooking, but what about family time? Do you really spend time together, the whole family?
I usually ask each child what exactly they like to do. Sometimes my daughter or my son, they love to cook. They'll actually cook. They'll make a meal. I'll flavor it. I'll tell them they're doing great. So there could be a little bit of cooking. Sometimes they just want me to go in the pool with them. Like they really want simple things. Gardening, we like gardening a lot. So we actually creating a little garden for my daughter in the back because she said that's what she needs. But we all have pets. We have 2 cats and a dog. So we'll always just spend time playing with them. And then we read books, actually. I teach them to read books because believe it or not, there's so much information you can learn from it. And I encourage them and they actually like that. So
that's great. Reading
yes.
is something that, like, a lot of people, they forget about reading, but that's really important.
It does sound a little ancient. However, there's so much information. If you know what you like, you can really find a perfect topic and to get your kid to be interested in reading. Right now, Josh, I'll be like, hey, Josh, I need a summary of this book. So he's reading the book. He'll give me a summary. So I kind of tag team and give him a reason to read.
Oh, wow. What about pocket money? Do you ever give your kids the money so they would understand the value of money, or you don't follow the strategy?
Oh, I don't know. I could maybe be a little guilty on that. They have a credit card. I mean, sometimes I give them cash. So I do feel like everything we do is for them to have. So I'm not very conservative on things with kids. I do teach them to earn. We do talk about it. And fortunately or unfortunately, I realize that they're still not going to have the same understanding about how it is to not have money or to have money, because I grew up in a different time and I grew up in different childhood. For them, they have everything I never had. So partially, I'm very happy about that, but I realized that I need to come up with better strategies how to make them value that. Although they say they value that, but I know it's still not the same, because when I was their age and when somebody gives me $100, I would be like, oh my God, this is life savings just happened. For them, I mean, depends where they go and how many friends they're with. It's just no brainer. So go figure. We do our best.
How often does your husband give you flowers, and is it really important for you?
Oh, I love this question. So I think the longer you're married, the more important it is to me, because every time I see flower bouquet, I just find it's so romantic. So for me, it's super important. And I don't know how or where, but he's very, very loving, and he does have an Indian background and culture. And every week he will bring a bouquet of flowers. And then when he goes with our child, he'll say, oh, I need to buy Mama flowers. I get 2 bouquets sometimes a week. So if they go shopping together, I get 2 bouquets. And I think it's super important because, again, words can say a lot, but action is it's just beautiful. I love it. I love it. And most of the times, we always have fresh flowers at home. Yes, very important.
What do you think is the most important thing you would love your son to learn from you?
There's definitely multiple important factors in somebody's life. However, I do have 2 boys, and for me, it would be very important for them to learn to be men, to understand the responsibility they carry, to understand how men needs to be, because if you raise him well, he's going to be in charge of a family, right? Or he's going to be in charge of another organization or business or something. And just for him to be definitely a good person, as hey, you don't want to be ashamed of, oh my goodness, what is that, right? So definitely for them to be just, I guess, a man. And there's a lot that falls under that. That's like another topic. And of course, faith and God, that always comes with everything I talk, although I might not say it, but definitely the faith, and for me to be proud of them, the men that they are, and that they're really treating their future girlfriend and the wife and their work ethics and etiquette and Yeah, all of that.
What about your girl?
For Nelly. For Nelly, she's still very young and she's very perfect right now. And for girls, I think I would, again, it goes back to, they're going to be a woman one day. And it's very important. They have a saying in Ukraine that women holds 3 corners of the house and a man holds 1. I think I translated it well. And it basically says, look, if you come home to a good wife, good environment, loving home, and you've got all those things, it plays a big role in how to keep the family together. And, so again, for them to be as well very spiritual, and just really focus on how to be the best, wife or woman they can be.
Do you think you're a happy woman?
Great question. I am definitely finding myself very happy, and the only issue is I dreamed so little and I overachieved everything through the roof. So it makes me just wonder, why did I not dream more? So I think we all meet that challenge. But yeah, definitely, I'm feeling very blessed, very happy. I know life can be hard. There are hard moments, hard days, hard decisions, but in general, I think we need to find peace and happiness in every day of what we do. Otherwise, the life is just not very good.
Are there any things you didn't achieve yet, or you still have some wishes for your personal life?
Yes, I have made some very, very strong visions that are scary, but I would love to reveal them, yearly during our vision board, classes, because we will reveal which ones came true, which ones didn't come true. But I did make the wish, and I'd love to share them at the end of the year.
Sometimes we as women feel unhappy and not satisfied with our lives. And what would be your recommendation to the ones who always complain and do not feel happy?
Well, number one, we should stop complaining. So number one, you must stop complaining. Number two, wake up every morning and find something to be grateful for. You need to just give gratitude, and you need to learn to find what you want to be grateful for, because there's millions of things that are not normal. You do not take things for granted, number one thing. So again, forget about complaining, give yourself a 30-day challenge, see how it's gonna work. Next one, we're giving gratitude, and then start with small. No matter where you're at, trust me, small steps are so powerful because they're gonna add up, and you will slowly gonna be transitioning and changing to improve. Next, you have to definitely create a vision. Where do you see yourself? Where do you wanna be? What would make you happy? I mean, is it a family that you're trying to fix? Is it a body that you need to fix? Do you need a job? Whatever it is you need, put that on your, write it down as a goal. And then slowly start building your self-confidence. What I tell people is start with your home, start with your car, clean up whatever is not perfect, because in the back of your mind, in your subconscious mind, everything plays a role that you deserve the best. You can achieve the best. You can achieve perfection. And the higher standard you create for yourself, it will start showing up in your life. So for example, you don't know what to do, open your drawer, make sure your drawer is perfect. Like how they say a joke, oh, this is not perfect and messy. And then, you have these funny reels. Go ahead and be that perfect. Start small and keep investing into learning. Educate yourself in whatever direction you're going. Be positive. Positive energy is priceless. All you need to do sometimes is be positive, and opportunity is just gonna come and enter. And believe. You must believe that you are worth it. It takes time. We're gonna do this many times. We're gonna meet. We're gonna talk about it. They sound so simple, but that is what I had to do. And it made a world of difference. And because of these basic things I do, right now when I do my consultant jobs, they just invite me. They say, we need you as a company there. We need you to, be there for the client. We need you to talk. They know that I can talk to them. And even just keeping that company sometimes help you to close that transaction or a deal or whatever. And at the end of the day, people want to be with like-minded people. So get yourself better people. Don't be scared to talk to a person that is better. Don't be stubborn. Don't be, all high up there. Just drop that. Focus on what you want to be, and don't be scared to reach out to a better person. They're better for a reason. Learn what you can and go through it very fast. Just go through it. Don't wait. Don't settle. And if you think you're comfortable and you're happy, you're not. Do it again. Just do it. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah.
And especially, I really want women in particular to really focus to be more independent. And I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing things to the table. Help your husband. I know he's doing great, but you should still try to be your best. You can do everything. If you said I cannot do it, then you cannot do it. But you should say I can. You can dedicate time for children, you can do work, you can do personal. It's just how you think. The whole world, they do it.
Beautiful people.
We keep talking to Alina Mukhopadhyay, a successful businesswoman. Alina, what is your biggest dream and what legacy do you want to leave behind?
I really do not like poverty. I've experienced what it's like to be more on hey, what is paycheck to paycheck living is like. And I really, really have a big heart to help anybody to avoid living a paycheck to paycheck or worse. So is there anything we can do to share anything on how for them to get past it, get out of that state? I want to be the person to help. And if that means I need to be sharing with people how to dream, how to not be fearful, and how to have the belief, and then really coach yourself to just do your very best, do your maximum. And I do believe that God created all our humans. Really, we're underutilizing the power of who we are. And if we can do more of that, then people can reach just, better. They can be a better person, period. And then for legacy, definitely, I know I'm very happy that we're able to reach thousands of people with just the housing program that we have, with care management, and we're grateful, we're blessed, and we're ready to expand to multiple counties and be able to reach more people. And again, the services we do is we help them with housing, we help them with culture barrier issues, language barriers. We help them to get off the ground and then graduate them to independence.
So we are talking about My Insurance Services,
Yes.
the company which is like your
Yes.
baby.
It
and
is.
You want to help people.
It is, and it was one of my wishes that how can I do what I love and still, make an impact, and that is it. It took me some time to get here, but I couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity, and we're 100% committed to being as accurate, compliant, the best partner for the state, and yes, that's member at a time.
What about Sprouts? Tell us more. What
Sprout is a
Sprout?
nonprofit organization that we just help with outreach and education for the low income and minority people that are struggling. And then outreach, we basically will connect them to multiple other organizations that we have connections with to, again, guide them, uplift them from that very bad state they're in. Because again, we just don't want so many people being there, and they can change all that with just some change of habits, work ethics. You cannot have a $18 an hour work ethics and pretend you're a millionaire. They cannot. You need to have better work ethics for your dream to come true. So again, just correcting and connecting them with other organizations.
Would you agree that if you look beautiful outside, it's easier for you to become a successful businesswoman, for example?
Well, there was research, I read it just 3 days back, and they said people that look better, for women, there's like 23% more that they're actually gonna get that next opportunity. I don't remember what it is for men. I gotta look at my notes, but I made sure the women. So again, in life, in business, image is very important. It talks everything. It's you. It's you, and again, your standard and what you're accepting is okay. So it is very important. You don't need to be rich or famous or wealthy to put something on. You can do basic things, but you can have a very clean hygiene. You can be very modest. I mean, there's ways to go very smoothly, and you can still represent yourself of who you are or who you're trying, wanting to be. So
so
image
it's important
is very important.
how you
very
look.
important.
So
it really is.
what about the inner beauty? What are the qualities of a person, for example, you would like to work with, or you're really appreciating people, and what are the qualities you just hate in others?
Number one, if I hear somebody complain, I instantly run away from them. There's just no time for that. Most likely I will not be there.
So again, time for complaining.
Yeah, so if somebody's complaining, if somebody's coming with any form of excuse, that is not the person that I'm aligned with. Because we have certain goals we want to achieve, right now we're kind of going fast-paced. So if somebody's on a very fast pace, anybody high energy, somebody who's got goals as well, it's not scary. It's okay for you to team up with somebody who's just triple crazy than you. It's perfect. It's perfect. You want those people. The moment you team up with people that are just not on the same, energy, speed, desires, motivations in life, I think they can drag you down and you're just not going to achieve what you want to achieve. So definitely.
I remember when you were speaking at the Beautiful Ladies meetup, so you mentioned that your surrounding is important, like people who surround you, they make you successful. So it's very important to surround yourself with the people, like with better people.
It is probably, it's not even the secret, but people just tend to, I don't know, maybe not. You have to understand how important it is. That applies from teenagers to no matter how old you are. That's why they say, give me your approximately 5 people who are your best friends, who's your circle of influence. I will be able to determine who you are, what is your income level, and where do you fall in the society. Sad or not. But again, why? Because they know that if you took time to build and invest into those relationships, that talks a lot about you. And when you have a strong, team or friends of people, of influence, it's really the key to keep climbing to help you reach where you want to be.
I agree, it's really important. What are some big challenges you've ever faced, and how did you overcome those?
So challenges, I've learned that majority of the time there is only challenges. I feel like a lot of people, or I see how they're responding, anytime they find a little pushback, it's almost like, hold on, let's think about this. But you need to understand that the more challenges you have, it's normal. And the bigger problems you're able to solve, the more valuable you are as a person. So problems, challenges, troubles, they're the norm of life, unfortunately. So the moment you can convert your thinking to say, today, okay, I got this, you're gonna be positive, there will be terrible things happening that day, but you're gonna be ready to work them, you're gonna figure out how to get through them. And the moment you can ace that and have it in your mentality, greet them with a good attitude, they will be no longer a big issue. You'll just solve it. And next thing you know, you're a problem solver. And those are the people that are difficult to replace. The more knowledge they have and the more fearless they are. So people need to try more, fail more, and it's normal. People think it's not, but I promise you it's normal. I've failed a lot.
But in your case, these challenges, they made you stronger, and you can say I made myself, my challenges helped me become stronger.
Yeah, and again, that was very important. I wanted to as well feel independent and really feel independent. Although yes, there's my husband's such a strong support, amazing partner. gives guidance all the time, but still to know that I'm doing things independently was very important for me because of the history I had in the past. So it was important for me to be able to get that way.
Yeah, and I agree that very often people think that your success, it relates more to your husband. And I know you're very proud of yourself, of being able to achieve success with your own efforts. And you do a lot, and you travel a lot. You spend a lot of time at work, like working with different teams. And I'm wondering, where do you get time for all that?
Well, we make time. We have to plan. We do say no to a lot of things. There's a lot of no's, and then there's definitely yeses. Again, reminder, whatever we post on social media, we don't tend to share all the negative things we did that day. So I think social media does confuse people a lot. Some people can look at my page and say, we don't even think she's working. Does she have a job? I think I look like I'm jobless, honestly, sometimes because of the amount of things I post. So luckily, they're real friends, they're real people. They actually know that, I do have a job.
I just don't post my job.
I just don't put my troubles. But again, guys, anytime you see social media and things like that, people only post. It's completely opposite of what it is. It's weird what it is. So yeah, I wouldn't focus on that much and just...
What would be the biggest advice you can give to a young woman who is here in the United States? Maybe she's an immigrant and she wants to start her career in business and she doesn't know what kind of challenges she would face in the future. Like, just give her a piece of advice.
Right. Well, I traveled to I don't know how many countries. It felt like I've been all over the globe. There's only like few places we've not traveled. And every time we come back to United States, we know it has its own flaws and things that need to get better. However, it still is a land of opportunity. And you can do, as long as you start small, it's okay to start small. You have to start small. Think of it like small letter steps. And it will take time. A lot of people think that I just want something and they want it right now, or they think a year or two. It's a long term. You have to invest and become knowledgeable. The more, if you're sitting there, maybe whatever you're doing in life, focus on self-investment and learn. Just keep learning any topic you can, whatever industry you're in. If you like to cook, just read up about cooking. There's so much information online that you should just have endless amount of time on that. But again, start small, and then definitely dream, definitely have a strong vision. Do not let other people destroy your vision or talk you down. And this is where you don't have to share your goals and vision and dreams with people that clearly tell you that they're okay to sit home and do nothing. Like they're good to just go to the mall or walk their dog or something. I don't know. That you do that with them, but you need to share your dreams with other people that actually can help you and support you in your idea. So again, start small. Dream and work ethics. You cannot get by without that. There's no shortcut. You do those, and of course, add a prayer to get, with faith, whatever you wish, God will give you. There is infinite amount of everything.
Who are some of your greatest sources of inspiration, both personally and professionally?
Inspiration. Well, let's see. Well, personal, definitely my spouse, because the way he'll do things and he'll challenge me in unique ways where I feel like I just overdid so many things and I'm so personally happy with what took place. He'll come home and be like, "Is that it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what do you mean? Let me explain to you." So he's always kind of like, "Oh, you can do better than that." I'm like, "Oh, come on." So he's always like just I don't know, he's messing with me, but I take it seriously
But
all
he
the time.
motivates you actually to
So I take it
move
serious
forward.
always. I think he's stopping it right now because he knows I'm serious about it. So definitely him, definitely my parents. I mean, just family, really. They've been a great supporting family throughout all the years. And then professionally, I mean, all the speakers you can think about, Tony Robbins, all the business owners out there, I just sit there, I learn, I listen to what they're doing, and
Do you have any mentors or people who really like help you succeed? You spend time with them, and what is actually what's your attitude towards mentorship?
I do not have a personal mentor. I mentor myself, sadly. Maybe I should get a mentor soon, but I do not have anybody. I just do an evaluation, what I need, and I get help. What do I think about it? It is needed. It is important to have a mentor. I just learned to be very good at learning and getting the tools I need by myself. And all the classes I'll take, courses, I mean, they're pretty much mentoring me, but not like a private one-on-one person. That I don't have. But I definitely say a mentor. That's why whoever your 5 friends are, just try, don't be scared to talk to a few other ones that might not be your ideal best friend, but they can mentor you, or you can get some ideas from them, and then just keep going, that way.
Thank you, Alina, for sharing your dreams and passion, and really for sharing your inner and outer beauty. Can you imagine someone would suggest you to go into politics? Would you agree?
Wow, that is a that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Again, I'm very, very much of an American. I love America. My dream for America is minimum each house should have a flag, a sticker. Like, when you travel to other countries, they're so proud of you, who they are. And they're like this tiny little nothing country. So again, would like to be more patriotic, and just that would actually make me feel better as I'm driving. That's one thing I'm thinking. But on politics, definitely, I don't know what the future holds, but we will see. Again, it's the knowledge that I would need to gain in next years to come and see if I can make any impact. But again, I'm open to whatever the opportunity that is leading me, and which part I can play a role. But again, I'm open to, if there is a need and if I can be useful for that, I will not say no to that. I'll definitely do my best to represent that.
Yeah, thank you so much for participating in the Beautiful People podcast. I really appreciate your support, your inspiration, your motivation. I think that's amazing that we can share the knowledge we have with other people, and that we can inspire other people.
Yes, they can do it. If I did it with 0 skills, 0 backing, I'm sure this can be repeated. So thank you for what you're doing. Your program's wonderful, and I'm happy to be of help.
People, beautiful 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 people.